Hello, people. Welcome to the Gaming Etc. podcast. My name is Wombo.
And my name is the guy that does stuff with Wombo. Pretty sure it's my name. I'm not positive.
And that's at Nostalginator. And today we're going to be doing some stuff about, well, Singles Awareness Day or Valentine's Day, whatever you like to call it.
I call it the made-up holiday by Hallmark to sell cards.
That's it.
Yeah.
I could see the comparison, too.
I don't know if I've ever, even when I've been in a relationship, I don't know if I've ever, celebrated Valentine's Day.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to get off into the weeds, but basically, I'm not big on holidays. I don't understand them. I think they're weird and arbitrary and strange. But I'm really not big on fake made-up holidays like Valentine's Day.
Well, I mean, it's a day based off of a saint or something like that. That's all I'm aware of.
It's pretty strange, but then, it's weird. It's like, if I'm going to go get you chocolates and a bears and a rose and all these other things, it's like, I'm going to do it because I like you, not because this one day I'm supposed to arbitrarily do it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I never really celebrated it like that because, like I said in the past, never dated anyone, so...
Right.
Yeah.
I think you and Miles should get married. I think that would be
No.
fun. No? It's not going to happen?
Well...
Mantha8225. Welcome to the stream.
Fuck, I forgot to pull out the chat. Crap.
That's okay. I got your back, bro.
Thank you, man.
Speaking of which, is this episode 6 or episode 7?
Episode 7.
Okay, I accidentally put 6. So we're changing the title. Hang on.
666.
The Walk of the Beast.
The number.
So, how are you doing? How's your day going, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I saw Deadpool.
Okay. There you go.
Throughout my Snapchat, I've been basically putting steps to how to celebrate Singles Awareness Day.
There you go.
Which one of them being watch Deadpool.
That's a really good way to celebrate Singles Awareness Day.
So, yeah, I don't really give out my Snapchat, so, yeah.
No, it's alright. If you guys want to check out his Snapchat, search Apollo New Media, and I'm pretty sure that'll take you there.
Well, okay.
Not positive.
I forgot, you guys actually had a Snapchat.
We do. It's not as maintained as our YouTube, as our Twitter, but we do have one. So.
What is up with... Oh, wrong one. There we go. Oh, it's okay. Alright, I could just stick with the background for the time being. Hey, Mantha. Was Deadpool cool? Was Deadpool cool? Good. Of course it was good. It's Deadpool.
It was good. My 11-year-old brother, I go to every single superhero movie with. And this one, he wanted to go with me, and I said, okay, let me go see it first, and then if it's okay, I'll bring you with me next. And I went back, and I told him, look, we can go in a few years. I promise I'll rent it with you or buy it with you, and we'll watch it in a few years. But right now, this is way too old for you. But yeah, that was fun. It was good. It was very, very, very not child-friendly. But
God, no.
Yeah.
God, no. But yeah, pretty funny, and they even made it sort of take jabs on Valentine's Day. One of the best lines of the film, at least I think, is, your boyfriend dragged you over to a superhero movie. This isn't your typical superhero movie.
It's a love story.
It's a love story.
Which, in its defense, it kind of was, actually.
Yeah, in a sense, but it's also a horror story.
Yeah, I can see that. I legitimately, damn it. What was the name of the place called where they experimented on him? Spoilers.
Oh, fuck, I forget. It's the same place where Wolverine got his experiments too, by the way.
Yeah. Well, anyway, whatever it was called, I was legitimate. I wouldn't say I was scared, but I was legitimately disturbed in that part. I was wow, this would be awful to be here.
Well, he straight up says this is a horror movie, so that's why I said that. We can go in a few years, XD.
XD Gale of Darkness, the GameCube game that came out for Pokemon.
Okay, then. I wasn't expecting that absurd, or obscure reference, not absurd.
You may call it obscure, Wombo, but millions of people bought it, so you tell me what's obscure.
XD, is it Pokemon Stadium again?
There was Pokemon Coliseum, and then there was Pokemon XD, and they came out at the same time.
Oh, okay.
XD Gale of Darkness is what Shadow Lugia came from.
I really need to get back to the Pokemon, because, to be honest, it kind of sounds like nonsense from you.
It is absolutely nonsense. I could be making all of this shit up, and you would have no idea.
That's true. 100% true about that.
It's in your Skype log.
Oh, I see.
That one I wasn't.
Oh, I recognize that. Yeah, it's a GameCube game that I always saw at like Blockbuster when Blockbuster was still a thing.
Fun fact, to promote the release of that game, they made a Shadow Lugia Pokemon card.
Oh.
And it had 300 health and 1,000, an attack that did 1,000 damage. And at the time of that being released, it was impossible to defeat because no Pokemon could deal out enough damage in one turn to defeat it, and it could kill any Pokemon in one shot, so it was banned in normal play.
Yeah, I figured so. But wait, then why make it that
Oh, just as a cool, like, collectible thing.
Okay. But if it's, like, banned from tournaments, that makes perfect sense.
Right. Well, because it was literally, like, you could wear it down over time, but it was undefeatable in, like, a 1v1. Sort of thing.
Yeah. I could see. Alright, gonna pull up the news for tonight.
Watch Movies Free is now following me on Twitter. Thank you very much.
Watch Movies Free. Okay. I buy it.
That just happened. I don't know. Figured I'd give you a shout out. Maybe you're watching. Who knows?
Watch Movies Free.
Watch Movies Free.
I mean, we're not being sponsored by anything, so...
This episode brought to you by Watch Movies Free. Watch Movies Free online today. Maybe. Don't really know how it works. Haven't talked to him.
Oh, fuck it. Accidentally hit that. Let me see if I can fix this. No. A little over. A little under. There we go. It seems like the box is... Is the box a little bit too big? It is. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, you're good, man. So... Wait, you still there?
I'm still there. Yeah.
Okay. So, the girl I went to Deadpool with, I went in a small group, but the girl I was sitting next to, who I hadn't talked to since 6th grade, we were watching the previews, and she's like, I'm just not excited for Batman v Superman. I mean, I'm not going to go see it. Batman and Superman literally have nothing to do with each other. And I was like, oh, all right, we don't have to talk anymore.
They're just following you so that you could check their... Yeah, of course they can. Duh.
What?
Watch Movies Free is following you because you can check their stuff out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's how Twitter works.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Because some of those people forget to unfollow you later.
When people follow you, you always do a little stalking?
I don't know. How much of a douche do I want to be tonight, Wombo?
It depends, man.
Okay.
I mean, I'm reading this because I'm just reading the chat from Mantha, so... Hey, Stormstep.
Yeah, I got you. Well, boy, Stormstep in the chat. How's it going, buddy?
This... Fair warning, guys, this episode may be a little bit short-handed because we only have about 30 minutes of gameplay, if anything, and we have about the usual amount of stories, so it's not that bad, just, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Wombo, we forgive you. The Rat Man forgives you.
The Rat Man? Who's the Rat Man?
He's from Portal 2.
Oh, yeah. I haven't played that game in years, man.
Good game, though.
It is a good game. Well, he's also in Portal 1.
That's true, he is.
Alright. Moving on to the first story tonight from Polygon. Cyanide and Happiness Kickstarter could try to be that next exploding kid success story.
This is interesting.
Yes, Cyanide and Happiness is making their own Cards Against Humanity type thing. Except, it's with drawings instead of words.
Right.
And as a fan of Cyanide and Happiness, once in a while I check on the webcomics.
Sure.
I see I'm subscribed to them on YouTube. I follow their stuff on YouTube. And the series, which is pretty funny, except I can't see Season 2 because it's on a paid service.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, they're trying to make money, and I understand why.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame them for doing that.
No, it's hard to make your money back in online content, so good for them.
Yeah. So, yeah, this seems a little bit interesting. I'm also a fan of, Cyanide and Happiness and stuff. Or not Cyanide and Happiness, Cards Against Humanity and stuff.
Sure.
I mean, we streamed it a long time ago on your channel, so... On Twitch.
Oh my god, we did.
Yeah, that was a very long time ago, but that was fun.
Dude, I want to stream more. I've been thinking about that a lot, especially this week. I am really happy, I'm also very overwhelmed with all the stuff I'm doing right now, but nothing I'm doing now would have happened if I hadn't, got into YouTube gaming. I want to, at some point, go back to Let's Plays or streaming in some capacity. That's really where it all began for me. But
Why not stream on Apollo Media?
the thing with Apollo Media is we have to have a setup for streaming, which currently we don't.
But like do like an occasional stream or whatever, and like not saying you guys have to do it now, but like
right. Well, like the thing we're talking about is rent out basically a second Wi-Fi service just for Apollo, and then we get a capture card for the camera, so we can plug our camera into the computer and then stream off of it.
Capture card for the camera?
It's like a... Let me see if I can pull it up.
If you're
it has nothing to do with anything.
I'm sorry if we're diluting the conversation or whatever, just...
It's basically a video in card that you install on the motherboard of your computer.
Okay.
And then you plug the camera into that and use the camera as you would a webcam.
Wait, no, not PG-13 enough.
Dude, this isn't Apollo Media. I can be as R-rated as I want.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Live Collabicast, yeah. If it was a live Collabicast where you cut out half of the actual podcast...
Well, if we're live, we wouldn't quite have the same limitations that our produced content would, because we probably wouldn't export it to YouTube later. But yeah, we've thought about live streaming. We are trying to plan a 12-hour sort of telethon-style event at some point.
Making an infomercial.
Yeah, really. But yeah, that's something we want to do.
T-shirts.
Woo! Dude, I want to make T-shirts so bad.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah. The problem is when you have 156 subs, it doesn't really make any sense to.
But you could but you could sell 156 shirts.
But you figure maybe 10% of that audience would look at anything you post, and then 10% of those people would actually interact with it, and that's not the best odds. Anyway. Stormstep says, by the way, the new Collabicast is great. Thank you, Storm.
I haven't seen it. I've been slacking off some Collabicasts.
You're good, dude. So they're really long, and like I really honestly appreciate the feedback I've been getting, because some people can't watch it, and that's totally okay. And the people who have been watching it have basically told me, yeah, I like putting it on in the background when I play a game or I do dishes or whatever. And that's awesome, because that's exactly what we want the show to be. Like, it's there for you when you want. You can pause it and come back a day later. You can skip episodes. Like, it's not designed so you have to watch everything.
I usually watch it whenever I'm playing a video game or editing video for this. So...
Yeah. That's exactly how we made it. Just have it there. It's there for you when you want it. So
seriously, Nostal, I have my own shirt. Get one.
I would custom make Apollo Media shirts just for us, like the members of the company. But before we start selling shirts, we need to have enough people to buy it that would actually make it like a cost-effective decision.
Like 10,000 subscribers is when you start getting shirts, or when you start selling shirts. You know.
Yeah, like, it's Chemical TTV. How's it going, buddy? It's been a long time.
Holy shit!
Oh, did you hear about his thing he's doing, Wumbo?
I've heard about it thanks to you. Hey, Greg. What's up, man?
Speaking of which, Chem, long time ago, I don't know if you ever got my message, but I reached out to you on Steam, because originally the thing Wumbo and I are doing here, you and I kind of had a similar idea for, which we never ended up doing, but I want you to know, you are welcome on this show anytime you want, buddy.
Dude, yeah, I would love to have Chem on here.
Dude,
fuck
awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, for those of you who don't know, and I'm grabbing the link right now, and it's from me, so I'm not going to jibble on your niblets with it. Got that. Kem is starting the We Regret Nothing podcast. Great name, great concept. It is three best friends getting together and talking about stories from their childhood. But that will be going up soon. I don't know exactly when. I'm very excited.
Following that right now.
No, Kem is awesome, buddy. You are welcome on this podcast anytime you want. Thank you so much. Buddy.
Yeah. Definitely. I was completely unaware that Kem was doing a podcast until, you gave it a shout-out on your Twitter, so...
Well, so was I, and the sad part was when he tweeted it, I was actually at work, so I didn't actually see it happen until about 4 or 5 hours later. But, no, it's super cool.
Here's the thing, though. Is it on YouTube? Does it have their own channel? Did it do it on Twitch?
So
is that SoundCloud?
Chem can speak better to this than I can, but as far as I know, the theme song is currently on SoundCloud and iTunes, and episode 1 is going up soon.
Okay. We need our own fucking theme song, because we keep getting flagged, or not flagged, but like copyright notices on YouTube just because we're using the Uncharted theme.
I'll do a theme song right now. Here we go.
Alright.
Tell me, did you
No!
Did you make it to the Milky Way? Sorry, okay. I don't know any words past that, so it's really good you started laughing loudly then. Drops of Jupiter lyric. Anyway, I'm sorry. We've gone 15 minutes and have talked nothing about games at all.
We've been talking about card games very briefly, but not...
Card games on motorcycles?
Well, yeah, that could possibly be a card in this game, because, again, going back to Cyanide and Happiness, making their own card game, this is off of a Kickstarter, and for what I'm reading right here, they have raised over $500,000. The project is tending towards $5.8 million at the current rate.
I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty sure that's enough for a card game. I would say that's funded.
Yeah, and I'm very happy that they're moving on to this. I am a fan of them, and I would like to eventually. I haven't bought any of their books, but I know a friend of mine has bought like almost every single book except for the newest one. They're fucking hilarious.
Let me see. I'm getting all my years confused. I think it was early last year, maybe the year before that, I was dating a girl, and whenever I was at her house and I was going to the bathroom, they had Cyanide and Happiness books in the bathroom, so I used to read them while I was on the toilet, and it was quite funny. I literally laughed the shit right out of me. Is that a phrase? I don't know. But, yeah, there you go.
Greg says, wow,
he didn't need that visual in your head, but now you got it.
Wow, he just made that on the spot. Okay, the theme was pretty jamming.
Speaking of which, the lyrics are, but tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way to see the lights all faded and that heaven is overrated?
Bow, 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 bow.
Drops of Jupiter is the best song ever made, Wumble. It's right up there with Yellow Submarine.
Okay. The game is based off of Cyanide and Happiness random comic game generator. Oh, it's based off of an app. Okay.
Oh, okay,
Oh, that's really cool. And if you go on their website, are the makers Exploding Kittens?
As all good things should have, Exploding Kittens, you know. It seems like the natural progression.
Yeah, I think that's a website that's Cyanide and Happiness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And this was released about 3 days ago, so obviously numbers can change, but I'm pretty sure they have this thing funded, and whenever I have the chance, I would like to buy this. But, it's an obvious ripoff of Cyanide and Happiness, or it's an obvious ripoff of Cards Against Humanity, but with Cyanide and Happiness in it. And it's
I was going to say, if Cyanide and Happiness are ripping off their own product, that is a baller move.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good now. It's all good. I'm just making fun of you.
But
you can make fun of me whenever you want. It's okay.
It's okay. But yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Moving on to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, Wumbo, but that hedgehog needs to be put down. I'm done hearing about Sonic. His time is past. He needs to be dug a little hedgehog grave and then hit very hard in the head with a shovel, because I don't want to hear about it anymore.
I don't know, I still like Sonic for his old games and some of the newer games. Not all the newer games, God no. Sonic Boom is...
Sonic Boom, everyone's favorite game.
Everyone's favorite game is Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, too much water.
That was 8 out of 10, too much water.
Which, to his point, that particular IGN reviewer gets a lot of shit for that review, but he was entirely right. That Pokemon game does have way too much water. And I'm not joking when I say that at all. I'm absolutely serious.
Was he reviewing, Alpha Sapphire or Omega Ruby or something? Okay.
And literally over a third of that map is water. So that guy was totally justified in what he said. It just so happened that people like taking things out of context, like this terrorist, and, they run with it, and then suddenly you become the butt of a joke that isn't even what you said.
We don't want the NSA to go after us again, so just like what they're doing with the Clavicast.
The Gaming Etc. podcast will be the number 2 most listened to NSA podcast on the internet, followed very closely by the Clavicast, found at www.apollovideos.com.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. I did tweet that. What am I talking about? If it happened in my life, I probably tweeted it. But no, I was on Facebook the other day, and someone was like, hey, giving shout-outs to anyone, just put whatever. And I was like, oh, I don't want a shout-out, but Apollo Videos would. Yeah, that was awesome.
Apparently Kemp says Game of the Year 2015 is Sonic Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've only enjoyed one Sonic game, still didn't finish it. Okay, Storm. I've played many Sonic games, including, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, the original trilogy, Genesis trilogy, and all that other shit.
Okay.
So, yeah. They want to make a CG movie out of this, and they showed a screenshot from the Sonic OVA from the mid-90s. Which, from one of my older YouTube channels, I actually did a movie commentary with someone who I totally forgot about. I forget that guy.
They obviously aren't that important.
I don't know, he has like over 300 followers on YouTube or something.
So, not being a Sonic fan, Wumbo, I can't really speak to this. Is this exciting to you, or are you still pretty familiar?
I don't know.
Okay.
Not really.
Well, there you have it, folks. Wumbo's endearing review. I don't know.
I don't know what to feel, really. I mean, Sonic, for what I've heard, this is supposed to be live action with CG. Live action CG. So.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and this is coming from, let's see, Sega Creator. I think this is, Sega Sammy Holdings, which Sega Sammy, if you don't know, is the people who make the pachinko machines.
Okay.
If you know what that is, right?
Yes, I do, but only because I hear all the time about Konami and their pachinko dealings.
Yeah. So, who's animating this film? Saying it'll be produced by Japanese studio Maza Animation Planet? I hope I pronounced that correct. Marza.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I don't speak Japanese.
Me neither, but, there's been multiple shows, and even there's a show still going off right now, the Sonic Boom TV show, which is well animated, sure. I guess, It's okay. I've seen a few episodes. But
you guys can quote me on this. You can tweet at me or tweet at me quoting this or whatever. I think Sonic needs to be put in a little baby hedgehog shoebox and put 6 feet under. And I am fucking done hearing about Sonic the Hedgehog.
I understand why you say that because, obviously oversaturation and...
Oh, yeah.
They don't really take their time with Sonic games. They try to release a Sonic game year after year after year. And you can say the same thing with Mario, but...
I absolutely would say the same thing with Mario, but more people will hate me for that. So.
No. Nintendo themselves take their time with different Mario games, and they use other companies to produce, And Sega sort of does the same thing, but also not.
Which, the difference between Mario and Sonic, in my opinion, is most Mario games that come out seem to be fairly well received. Certainly not to the uproar that Sonic Boom or anything like that is. So... I don't know. I feel like Mario... I've never been a Mario guy, but I at least appreciate the relevance it still has today, as opposed to Sonic, which is quickly going from shitty to shittier. So I don't know.
What I think Sega should do is, either... What I would love for them to do is, do, another compilation disc, like Sonic... the Sonic... Sonic... was it the Genesis collection? I have it right here. Fuck.
So, just real quick, Stormstep says, I don't know, Mario Kart 7... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Mumble.
Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, that's a great game. They should do that for other systems like the Dreamcast.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So they make money out of their older games and then see if that actually works, and if so, then they could produce games from other series that haven't really been well known.
Yeah, I mean, produce it for a new generation, right, of people who couldn't play the Dreamcast because they weren't old enough or they didn't have it or whatever.
Or... release games from the Saturn that, for Japan only.
Right. Real quick, I want to speak to Stormstep in the chat who said, I don't know, Mario Kart 7 was pretty great.
Yeah.
I want to clarify, I'm not saying Mario games are bad. I'm saying I stopped caring about them because I feel like they've just been around too long.
But you can say that for a lot of series, too.
No, I absolutely would say that for a lot of series.
That's oversaturated. If you even say Metal Gear, but that wasn't... Or Castlevania, but...
Well... Here's the thing about Metal Gear is there are a lot of Metal Gear games, but the actual series has 5 installed. I mean 6 if you count Peace Walker. There's not really that many Metal Gear games.
You're just saying the Solid series, not actual Metal Gear or any of the side games or.
All the side games don't really have anything to do with the main story. The actual core mythos has 6 installments.
For Mario, there's a fuck ton of Mario games that have different stories, different sidelines, and the main series for Mario has been long gone ever since Super Mario World.
Yeah, again, never been the Mario fan, but I have a hard time believing Mario ever had a very compelling story.
It never. Well, the only game that's really the only game that's really done that, I guess, is Super Mario RPG. In a sense, I've never even played that game. Just I know it has a decently written story by Square.
Which again, a game doesn't have to have that. Like,
no, just
one of my favorite games of all time is Pokemon Fire Red, and the story is essentially non-existent in that game, and that's totally okay. You don't have to have a good game, or excuse me, you don't have to have a good story to have a good game. But anyone who argues, oh, Mario has this really interesting story, no, it doesn't. Shut the fuck up. It doesn't exist. Stop. Anyway, just one man's opinion. So okay.
Okay, moving on.
Sorry, Mario fans.
And I love Mario games. I've been playing Super Mario Sunshine, or not. Well, I mean, Super Mario Sunshine was the first Mario game I played, and even though the game has aged kind of badly, and getting all the shine sprites is complete bullshit, it's still a good game. You know. All right, I'm moving on to Mad Catz laying off people. Fuck.
Wumbo!
Did we cut out?
I don't know. I'm refreshing the page. Tell me. Yeah, we're off on. Tell me. Did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way? It's the best song in the world.
I'm gonna restart streaming. Alright, I'm restarting the stream. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. I'm going to take this opportunity to eat a gummy bear. My parents were like, hey, you want gummy bears for Valentine's Day? And I was like, sure. And then they gave them to me.
Are we back, guys? Just wondering.
We should be. If you refresh, we're here. I'm going to eat a gummy bear, and we're going to see how this goes.
There? Yes. Okay, thank you, Storm. Okay. I'm so glad I don't have to edit this shit out anymore because I'm recording while streaming at the same time, which is really cool. So
congratulations on that, by the way.
Yes. Now I just need to cut out, the points where,
So real quick, one before we return to the show, I want to call people's attention to something that I'm sure they're experiencing in their lives, and it's pissing me off.
Singles Awareness Day?
Well, that too. But in Facebook, I'm quickly seeing these things that say, who will you follow? If you're following Jesus, you'll like, share, or comment. But if you're following the devil, you'll keep scrolling. And can I just say, fuck the people that are posting this, because that's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. And my affiliation, or lack thereof, with religion has nothing to do about whether or not I am going to comment, like, or share your stupid attention-grabbing post. So kindly take your stuff and bury it out back with Sonic the Hedgehog.
I don't really go on Facebook that often, and when I do, I, rarely check out some things or update my Facebook photo for some service I use, including Tinder.
Here's the thing: is I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this
without pissing off people.
Well, it's not even about pissing off people. It's about alright, whatever. Each week we have to get a guest on the Collabcast, and so I look at what people are doing on Facebook to find out what's going on in their lives so that I can sort of ease my way into asking them to come on when I haven't talked to them in 4 or 5 years. So I only use Facebook to get context for conversations of people I'm about to ask to come on my podcast. So that's that.
Kem says, preach!
I'm not sure what we were saying then, but that's okay.
I guess people who are preaching on Facebook, I guess. There's a whole subreddit about those posts. Yeah, probably Storm classic stuff. No pun intended.
Preach! Shout out to the hit AMC series Preacher that's coming very soon. I'm very excited.
I don't
know if it can be a hit.
Heard of it. Yeah. That doesn't. How does that work?
It's going to be a hit, though, because it's on AMC, and they have yet to swing and miss. So.
We're going to be talking about a show that's going to be on AMC tonight, but...
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's one of the last few things. Alright, moving on to Mad Catz laying off people.
What about Mad Dogs? What are they doing these days?
I don't know what Mad Dog is.
Me neither. They should make it, though.
What the fuck is going up with... Okay, no, ad. Go. Where's the X button?
Mad Catz laying off 37% of staff and restructuring after Rock Band 4 disappoints.
Although their percentage did go up, for what I've heard, and they're going to say. The percentage did go up because of, producing more Rock Band 4 stuff. Rock Band 4 didn't really sell well, nor did Guitar Hero Live. So,
which I think might just be because we're kind of not in that generation of gaming anymore. I feel like rhythm gaming is not dead, but I think it's not as prevalent as it was, 6-7 years ago.
Yeah. And if anything, rhythm gaming is on mobile devices or, cell phones.
Yeah. Which maybe it's not even a matter, well, especially with iOS and the mobile market, like, it's not even about being bigger or smaller, it's just the landscape has shifted, Console gaming is not where rhythm gaming is supposed to be anymore. I think that's okay.
Yeah, because I was like, funny story. Yesterday I was actually playing Guitar Hero 3 at my friend's house, and him and I were like playing Through the Fire and Flames in expert mode. And
such a good song.
This was the mode that, they don't rate you if you suck so badly, so...
Right.
But dear God, my fingers were hurting afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Can I just say I love this chat so much, because Chemical TTV says, Mad Dog is a type of shitty wine, and Stormstep replies, you would know, Kim. I love everything about that.
I still get with that Guitar Hero. I knew someone would make that joke, Storm.
By the way, Kim, how's rehab going? Did you quit? Did you finish? Are you sober, or what's going on there? Obviously, you're indulging in the Mad Dog, so I don't know. A lot of questions here.
Oh, we got a heart from Stormstep.
Oh, hey, Stormstep, what's going on? How's it going? You looking mighty fine today.
Reading into Mad Catz net loss for the first 9 months of its fiscal year ballooned from $800,000 to $4.6 million. Fuck, they lost a lot of money.
So what does lower than expected mean? How many units did they actually ship?
Let me see. Lower than expected sales were auctioned for, left more inventory on shelves, which led to retailers to offer discounts that resulted in lower margins for Mad Catz. During an investors call in the afternoon, Chief Financial Officer David McKean said that Rock Band 4 performed well in October and November, but added that sales slowly, particularly after Thanksgiving. So, after Black Friday and everything, sales just kind of dwindled. Sure.
Now, I wasn't really keeping up to date on the new generation of Rock Band and Guitar Hero. I know it was happening.
Me neither, but in the test video of Gaming Etc., we were actually talking about, which is on YouTube if you guys want to see it.
Right.
It is, we kind of talk about why Guitar Hero Live, why it's not amazing or shifting anything in gaming at all.
Did people have to buy new guitars and drums and all that for this new game?
As far as I'm aware, for Rock Band, no, but for Guitar Hero, yes, because it's a new guitar.
Okay, interesting.
Never had Mad Dog. I know that it's garbage. So is the etc. in Gaming Etc. wine. What?
Is the ETC in Gaming ETC wine? Is ETC a type of wine that I haven't heard of?
Really?
Let's look it up. I don't know. I'm Googling it, though.
Fuck it, I'm going to look it up, too.
ETC wine. Wine ETC. The Etc. Wine Company. Woo-hoo-hoo. Personalized wine labels. Food, etc.
Yeah,
wine,
ETC.
chocolate, beer, and cheese. Interesting.
Yes, I found the website, too. Welcome to Wine
Bordeaux
ETC.
ETC. It's a liquor store in 77 Leighton Road, Hong Kong, China. Hey, one more. Remember when the show used to be about video games?
Yeah, we should get back to that.
I don't know. We could just switch over to a wine-centric podcast.
I don't drink wine, so...
Fair enough. I've almost never had wine.
He's facepalming. What's happening?
Facepalm. I don't know. The Gaming Etc. wine. See, here's the thing, Wumbo. We can't hear your big, beautiful, lovely voice. So sarcasm and/or humor inflection is very difficult to pick up in text. So,
okay then.
So, Wumbo, are you excited about this Rock Band 4? Are you happy it blocked?
Nah, I wasn't really paying attention to these games. I wasn't even aware that these games were happening until like a week before they came out. And overall, I'm not really shocked that they didn't make any money off of this because, the gaming community doesn't really care about these games anymore.
Yeah.
So
I feel like early 360 PS3 life cycles only were a really big deal, and I think that's great for that time, and I feel like we're kind of past that now, and that's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just how the landscape is.
it just hasn't really evolved. They haven't evolved anything afterwards. Or let me rephrase. They haven't evolved with the times.
It's the same game with better, resolution and graphics, and it's coming out 8 years later.
Yeah. I wish there was a different font for sarcasm. Yeah, is there italics for,
I don't know about on Twitch.
I don't know either. Here's something that will definitely interest me, and, shameless plug. Shameless plug. I am actually streaming Final Fantasy IX whenever the hell I want off of my Twitch channel. I just finished Disc 1 and I'm doing Disc 2 right now. And follow me on Twitter if you guys want any more information about when I'm streaming and such. Sooner or later I will have a schedule, but for the time being, no. But Final Fantasy IX...
if you want to follow Wombo on Twitter and you're not already, I'm pretty sure everyone is.
Yeah.
Who cares? His thing is right there. You lovely, lovely people.
Grazie. Which means thank you.
De nada.
Different... I said... That's Italian. You're supposed to say, prego. Which is...
Prego? Isn't that a type of sauce?
It is.
Okay. What are the chips? Are those Pringles?
Shut up.
So do people put Prego on Pringles, or is that not how that works?
Ugh. That sounds gross.
A lot of questions here, Wumbo. Not many of them being answered. But that's okay. Chemical TTV says there was a movement going on a while ago for a new punctuation mark to denote sarcasm called the Sark mark.
Really?
Mantha asks, really? And Chemical TTV says, yep, didn't take. I think we need to bring it back.
Yeah.
Let's get Sark mark trending on Twitter.
And also thank you, Mantha, for following us on Twitter.
Aw, thanks, Mantha.
But going back on this, Final Fantasy IX is on mobile now. I was very surprised that they could put this, and I was also looking up the memory. This is about 2.5 gigs off of, for this mobile game. And the game is 4 discs long on PlayStation 1, so, yeah.
That's quite long?
Yeah, it's definitely a lengthy, well, I mean, it's not the lengthiest, RPG on there, but it's, if you know what you're doing, you can easily beat the game in like under 15 hours.
Okay, sounds good. Cam, I might have just, unknowing to you, brought you into an internet campaign you by no means wanted to be a part of. I apologize.
Well, shameless plug, I'm going to start streaming in about 6 months, so you can follow me in updates, just saying.
Storm, so I'm following you here on Twitch, right? Storm, I'm not following you. I am now. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Am I following Storm? No, I'm not. What the fuck? I am. Okay, now I'm following him.
Everyone, head over to twitch.tv/stormstep and follow him, because when he starts streaming, you ain't gonna want to miss it, because that shit is going to be off the hook.
Fuck yeah. But you haven't played 9, as far as I'm aware, right? Final Fantasy 9?
No, I played a little bit of 7 and a little bit of 13.
Okay, because 7's actually on mobile, and, This game is $17 for this. $17 for a mobile game.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, 20% off its regular price, so it's $20.
Level with me here for a second. Do you think there's anyone on mobile that wants to play Final Fantasy?
Okay, the original Final Fantasies maybe, but like this, I don't know. There's Final Fantasy 1 through 6 on there. Okay. The Super Nintendo, NES, and Super Nintendo ones, which are pretty solid remakes. I haven't played them, but they're sort of based off of the PSP remakes. Right. Then there's Final Fantasy 7, which is on there. They skipped out on Final Fantasy 8 for some strange reason, and now they're just doing 9.
Okay. So my knee-jerk reaction is if I'm playing a 60-hour JRPG, I don't want to do it on a 4-inch screen. But then I think about all the times I'm in the car or on a plane or don't want to boot up my console or whatever it may be, and then it actually makes sense to do it there. So, I don't know. Maybe that does make more sense than I thought.
I guess it's kind of cool that's being released on mobile. I already own a copy of it, so I could see how it could be a mobile game, sort of. And they have some new modes and new endurance rounds and stuff, so some things that are exclusive to mobile to make it more of a mobile game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Kem says, yes, one guy I work with bought the mobile Final Fantasy IX the day it came out. I'm guessing he was the only one. I think it sold one copy on opening day. But no, like, I have never really been a Final Fantasy guy, not because it's a bad series, just because I'm always really intimidated when going into a game. I know I'm not going to finish it for like 60, 70 hours.
But it depends on each game.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I put God knows how many hours into Metal Gear. But, like, way more than it's okay. But I think it's cool that they're bringing it to more people. It's becoming more accessible. And, you know, mobile, if we're considering mobile as a gaming platform, that's certainly the biggest platform right now by far. So that's really exciting that, you know, it's becoming available to more people. I don't know if that's necessarily where most people are going to play it, but I think it's exciting that it's available to more people. So.
I'm waiting to see if they'll ever port Final Fantasy X to mobile. That would be strange.
Okay. No, my question is, when does it become impossible to port it because of the hardware? Like, 13 couldn't run on an iPhone, could
no. I don't think so.
Okay.
But they've already ported PS2 games to mobile. Best examples I can think of is the Grand Theft Auto games on mobile.
Okay. Well, eventually, too, and I mean, we have stuff like the iPhone 6 Plus, so I guess that makes sense for that. But, like, the actual amount of architecture you have on the screen to just play things, but, like, to have that much going on a 4-inch screen is...
I mean, they obviously have to take some liberties and change some graphics up just so it could run on mobile, you know, downgrade some graphics or pop in or draw distance or
even just
like
UI, though, and, like, drop menus and stuff. Like, you have to change that quite a bit to work on a much smaller screen.
For Final Fantasy's sake, you could easily see the menu and UI, you know, going off on mobile because... Have you ever seen, like, the battle system in a Final Fantasy game? Well, you've played 7, you know.
Yeah.
So I could easily see that type of system being played on mobile, but I've actually played GTA 3 on my phone. It took me a very long time to get used to the controls.
Sure. It's something that's a little more turn-based, like Final Fantasy, I can understand. GTA seems like a weird choice for mobile. But,
hey, they did it.
Yeah, whatever.
Alright.
The market will dictate whether or not they want it, so.
True. Checking the chat right now. Chemical TV says his words. Every time I take a shit, I can play Final Fantasy.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Stormstep says that's how Minecraft Pocket was advertised. As like a pocket version of Minecraft that you can take a shit while playing.
Except it's shitty, and you don't have like 85% of the stuff that actual Minecraft does.
And rightfully so, says Kem.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fire rises.
Also, reading onto this, it says on the bottom that people are still waiting for the Final Fantasy IX Steam version, because, you know, there's a Steam version for practically every single Final Fantasy except 9, and 10, and 12, and 13. Oh, no, 13's on Steam.
I own 13, it's one of the 2 Final Fantasy games that I own.
Yeah. So, it would be cool to see if... I'm glad this game is getting more attention, because it came out at a time when, you know, the PlayStation was just about to come out, so no one really cared about it.
Yeah. I don't know, it seems like whenever I hear, like, the hardcore Final Fantasy fans talking, they always bring up 9.
Because it's considered to be the last classic, quote-unquote, you know, Final Fantasy, because it takes a lot of assets from the original first 5 games, if anything.
Right.
Before it went to all sci-fi like Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, cool, it's coming to new people. I don't really have an opinion beyond that, but that's cool.
Moving on, I'm noticing the chat more. Pocket has special crop called beetroot?
Beetroot.
That's why we lose 50 other blocks. Okay.
Beetroot.
Beetroot. Okay.
Beetroot.
Beetroot. Okay, this news story hits me. It kind of makes me a little bit sad.
This is sad, yeah.
Yeah. Game trailer shuts down after a 13-year run. Game trailers. Although I'd lost interest with you, except for Screw Attack stuff, towards, like, you know, the very end, I still, you know.
Sure.
It's kind of sad that this thing is going down, you know?
Well, and I was never, like, a fan of game trailers by any stretch of the imagination, but I knew they existed. They were always one of those pillars in game journalism, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Well, I mean, they were kind of the first big ones, right next to IGN and GameSpot back in the early 2000s, before YouTube.
Yeah,
like,
and
if
what's
you
interesting...
I'm sorry.
What's interesting is, correct me if I'm wrong, but there wasn't really any lead-up to this, right? It just kind of happened?
Yeah, I guess so. It took them a long time to just transfer to YouTube to begin with. So,
Sure.
I guess they're starting to lose money and promotion and stuff like that. The stuff that actually made them survive was Screw Attack and The Angry Video Game Nerd.
Okay.
If you know who he is.
Yeah, I know who he is, through osmosis, because you talk about him.
Yes, because I first learned about Screw Attack, Sutter and Craig, and all the other people from there, and AVGN from game trailers. And although it came out at a time when it wasn't exactly as popular, it was still popular in 2007, once I first got onto this thing. After a while, I just went on there to see AVGN and Screw Attack stuff, and I went to their websites and just kind of ignored game trailers. And here's the thing, with a name like Game Trailers, you expect just game trailers, and that's about it. But when YouTube came out, there's kind of a problem.
Well, and we're seeing that, right? And a lot of people here are fans of Kind of Funny as well, and that's how I met a lot of you guys. And so I don't want to beat a dead horse, because they talk about that a lot too. But traditional games journalism is kind of dying. We're seeing a lot of these old publications die out, because right now it's either adapt to the times or get the hell out,
And for game trailers' sake, they didn't adapt with the times, so...
Yeah, I mean, if you do not have a strong presence on YouTube, Twitter, and all the other social medias right now, you're not going to make it. So, if you're not adapting to these tools that are more available to people now than they ever have been, you're not going to be relevant, and you're not going to be financially viable for very long. So, while it's sad to see this happen, it means that there's that fewer but that many more effective places out there to get your news. So, I don't by any means wish this to happen on any company, but this is inevitable, and now we're going to see, who will fill their place, if anyone.
Exactly. Screw Attack was, still technically signed to them, so now they're moving on to Rooster Teeth.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, because Funhouse's podcast, Open House, or not Open House, just their podcast, they were talking about this.
So, I'm sorry, the employees from Game Trailers are moving to Rooster Teeth?
The employees from Screw Attack are moving to Rooster Teeth to have their own Screw Attack division. Stutter and Craig and all the other... They're still going to do top 10s as far as I'm aware, and the fucking superhero versus superhero thing, like Goku versus fucking Superman. I still think that's the stupidest video ever.
Superman would win.
He did win.
Well, then there you go.
I'm catching up with the chat. A lot of things are going off. Wombo,
here's the thing, Wombo. The spirit bomb doesn't hurt people with a pure heart, and Superman has a pure heart, so just saying.
Storm asks, Wombo, do you have a problem with reading my messages? No, I do not. Beetroot. I don't know what the fuck Beetroot.
The roots from a beet.
Beetroot is a very tricky word. I agree, Kem. It is like beetroot or beetroot, lol. No, it's just all my messages. Wombo sounds high when he reads them. Well, I'm high on life, so there's that. I could tell... Wait.
He's also high on meth.
That could have used some grammar. Okay. I've never heard of game trailers until a few days ago, actually. Okay. Yeah. As for someone who's actually been on the website multiple times throughout, the years and seeing all their other content and such, it is kind of sad to see him go, but maybe something else could come out of the ashes from this,
Yeah, very best to all their employees. Again, I was never a fan, but I knew of them for a long time, so it's sad to see them go. And we'll see what happens. So.
Okay. Moving on to Kevin Smith having his own new talk show on AMC.
Here we go. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. I mean, I am a fan of his movies, but I haven't really heard any of his podcasts or Comic Book Men. But I know he's a huge nerd, And fuck, he was, I think, on the very bottom of the video. Yeah, he's featured in Lego Batman 3. That is awesome.
I didn't play any of the Lego Batman.
But he's,
no, that's
he's
super
a
cool.
character in that, so...
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I guess it's going to be a kind of a talk show, you know, talking about nerdy stuff going off in the world, and similar to what we do.
Yeah, come on, Kevin Smith, quit following us. If you want to buy Gaming Etc., come talk to us. We'll sell it for very cheap, and then start Games and Stuff, our backup plan. Which is literally the same show, it's just titled something else.
we first need to trademark.
Oh yeah, we do need to trademark. We need to trademark this show now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Which, it costs money, so actually it probably doesn't make sense to trademark this show.
Did you actually... Here's a question. Have you actually trademarked Apollo Media?
So, no. And the reason is... Well, how deep do we want to get into this?
I think someone's knocking on my door. No, they aren't. Go as deep as you want, then.
So... On YouTube, trademarking something doesn't really matter, because even if you own the trademark to what you're doing, someone can make a channel with the same name, and you can't really do anything about it.
Hence why I see a lot of fake PewDiePie channels.
Right. And so, for YouTube, it doesn't really matter at all. There's actually an Apollo Media that has more subs than us. The difference is, we're like 20 subs behind them, and they've existed for years, and we've existed for a month and a half. So we will overtake them very quickly. But as far as YouTube goes, when you're looking for quote-unquote the real channel of a name, it's whatever has the most subs. You just assume that's the most trustworthy. That's how people's brains work.
Okay.
And when you're trademarking something, that makes sense when we're selling physical merchandise. So if we were to start selling T-shirts or posters or memorabilia or anything like that, that's when we would need to actually file for the trademark. We filed the company Apollo Media as an LLC, so we're a licensed corporation. We have our business license, but to trademark the name itself or the names of our shows didn't really make sense for what we're doing. We may at some point do it, but just in terms of the audience we have and our, outreach and things like that, it was money that could better go to other things, and so it did.
So it becomes more if it becomes more popular and if it's possibly marketable to people, and some people can other people who have nothing to do with Apollo Media can market off of that, then you could trademark it.
Right. We could. I mean, we could do it right now. We have all the necessary ownership of the name, and we're a licensed business in that name, and we're the only one, by the way.
That's good.
So we could, if we wanted to trademark it right now, we could. The problem was we started the company on a very limited budget, and we had to say, is the $200 we're putting towards trademarking this worth it when we still need to get, a camera and mics and a soundboard and tables and advertising space and all these things.
$200 for all that? Where am I looking at?
No. Just like when we were building our budget.
I understand what you mean. Like $200 for a camera and a soundboard. Like, where are you buying your stuff?
No, our soundboard was about $200 by itself.
Okay.
But yeah, so it just made more sense not to. It's definitely something we will do in the future, but right now our money is better spent elsewhere.
Kind of similar to what I did. I went out of my way to actually see if Gaming Etc. was trademarked before I, actually started to make the logo and all the other stuff.
Sure.
And
we should just call the show Reacts and see what happens.
Shut up.
Sorry. Too soon?
We talked about that, so it's not...
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But no, getting back to the Kevin Smith thing, I think this is cool, and we talked about this on Collabcast a week or two ago, not even a week or two ago, sorry, that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. But, geek culture is quickly becoming mainstream, if not already. And I think that's cool. At AMC, which right now is a triple A list, huge network. They have Walking Dead, they have Breaking Bad, they have Mad Men, they have these juggernauts in television. And they're getting a show dedicated to geek culture, and they already have one with Comic Book Men.
And now they're having this sort of talk show that's similar to what's the after show for Walking Dead?
Talking Dead.
Talking Dead, thank you. So they're going to be having a talk show basically about nerd culture and what's going off in there, which is pretty cool.
I think this is super cool. I love Kevin Smith, huge fan of Clerks, love Mallrats. I love
which they're making
James,
a sequel.
They might be making. Oh, they're making a sequel to Mallrats?
Yeah, for whatever.
No shit, really?
Yeah, holy fuck.
That's awesome.
I think check IMDb right now, just to be sure. But
CinemaBlend.com says Mallrats 2 coming back with at least 5 characters.
Yay! Hopefully Jason Lee is actually getting some work.
No shit, that's awesome. Okay, that's really, really cool.
Did you know that Mallrats takes place a day before Clerks?
That doesn't surprise me, because, like, pretty much all the characters are in it.
Well, except for Dante and Randall and...
Well, yeah, but they're clearly in the same universe.
Yeah,
like.
Obviously. Pretty much, well, with the exception of Dogma, I think. Every other movie is,
Sure.
in their own universe.
Oh, yeah, I think this is really cool. I think it's another example of nerd culture, being in the mainstream.
Of course.
Whether or not the people are ready for it remains to be seen, because, like, *Halt and Catch Fire* on AMC is my favorite show ever, and that doesn't get anywhere near the numbers like something like *Mad Men* or *Walking Dead*.
I haven't really even heard... I've never even heard of that show.
It has a very niche audience, but it is far and away the best show I've ever seen.
Okay.
So just because it's on AMC doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a hit, so whether or not people will enjoy this remains to be seen, but I think this is a really cool thing, and I'll be very excited to check it out.
Me too, man. It's going to be a 30... I'm not sure of the name. What's this thing going to be called?
It said it's tentatively called... Hang on. Geeking Out.
Geeking Out. This is also with Greg Gunsberg, who I'm assuming is an actor from some other things like Heroes and Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, Geeking Out right here.
Chemical TTV is stealing Apollo Media. You can pry it from my cold, dead hands, Chem. Chem, eventually, when both of our podcasts are very, very big and we have more money than we know what to do with, we need to fly you out here and me out there, and we can, be on each other's podcasts.
Crossover.
Oh,
podcast within a podcast. What about...
Well, I offered online as soon as I saw, which I should have waited in hindsight, as soon as I saw that he was starting We Regret Nothing, I immediately tweeted, okay, let's set up a crossover, let's do this. Then I was like, wait a minute, how the hell do we actually do that?
Skype.
Well, yeah, so if we do it, and Kemp said he wanted the podcast to actually get up and have a first episode first, which just absolutely makes sense. It wasn't even something I thought about. But if we do it, what we'll have to do is set up headphone splitters and things like that, and we'll figure it out.
So we just switch places?
No. I was saying...
No. I just read the chat. He just said that. Like, what the fuck?
No. Okay, so, Chem, it's okay. Chem, I'm not replacing you. It's fine. Okay, here we go. This is what's going to happen. We're going to fly you out here, and actually your whole crew, if you want, all three of you guys. We'll have you on the Collabcast, and then I'll go back there with you guys, and I'll be on We Regret Nothing. So we'll just, we'll both be on each other's shows. And then I'll just live with you, and I'll just stay there for 6 months, and then we'll see what happens. It's all good.
What about Apollo Media? What would happen there? What would Ryan do?
Oh, they'll be fine. They'll figure it out.
Ryan will just make porn videos, and food videos, and food porn videos.
That would happen. Every episode of the McView would be messy eating.
Ryan would just take all the honey mustard and just slam it everywhere.
He would. It would just be a 24/7 live stream of him eating spicy buffalo sauce. That's literally all it would be.
Because according to him, it's really good.
It's really good.
Is it really good?
It's really good. Shit, I have an episode of the McView I'm not done editing. Oh well.
We'll get over it. We'll get... You usually edit your stuff. You usually edit your stuff afterward.
It's always Gaming Etc. Finish. Oh shit! I have to edit the McView, and then I do, and then it goes up, and it's all fine.
We would really like to have Kem as a guest, or as because when we were setting Gaming Etc. up back months ago, we mentioned we need a third person. Where's Kem?
Well, and then turns out we actually don't need a third person because you and I just kind of doing our
at the time we thought, oh, maybe we might need a third person.
Yeah, the point remains, this show was originally designed to 3 people, and then Kem and I were a while ago sort of designing a show similar to this, and then just life happened and his Wi-Fi changed and so did mine and all that. But yeah, so again, Kem, anytime you want to be on the show, just say the word, bud.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking awesome. Moving on to Quantum Break, not on Xbone anymore, and I typed it down as Xbone.
Xbone.
Yeah,
the bone of X's.
So yeah, Xbox One fans are pretty pissed off that this isn't going to be an Microsoft or an Xbox One exclusive. It's going to be on PC too.
Oh, get over yourselves. More people get it now. Quit being selfish fucks and just let everyone have the game. God.
But here's the thing, I do understand why, but at the same time, yeah, like exactly what you just said.
I'm eating a gummy bear, bear with me.
I'm kidding. I understand why people are angry over this, and oh wait, we have a new person. Johnny Lawrence. Oh, Nostal and I, coming to tickle you.
Looking mighty fine there, Johnny Lawrence. I'll tickle you back in just a second here.
What the fuck?
I'm chewing a gummy bear, and it's this whole process, so bear with me.
Okay, then. Anyway, I understand why people are pissed off, because there's, like, only 7 exclusives on the Xbox One to begin with, right? And now, in this game...
Here's my question to you, Wumbo, as a loyal PlayStation 4 fan.
Yes?
If Last of Us 2 got announced tomorrow, and it was going to be on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, would you be pissed?
A little, but at the same time...
Really?
I'm kidding. A little bit, because Naughty Dog is typically a PlayStation company. They've always been with PlayStation, so it's kind of strange them shifting to them.
I understand exclusives and why they're important in terms of like a marketing base and a selling base, but in terms of the fans freaking out because they're not the only ones with a game, give me a fucking break. Come on, let as many people play it as possible. That's just being selfish if they're getting mad about this.
I wouldn't be super angry. I would just raise an eyebrow and then raise it back down.
Sure.
Thinking, wait, this is strange. Why are they doing this? But then, I would totally be down with Last of Us 2. Fuck yeah. I wouldn't care if
What's going to happen? It's going to start. She's going to say, "Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true." He's going to go, "I swear." And Ellie's going to say, "Okay." And they're going to start walking, and she's going to say, "Just so you know, I know you're full of shit." And then it starts. It's going to be amazing.
I totally would be down for Black. And if it was on Xbox One or Xbox One, PS4, and PC, I wouldn't care, but I would certainly notice and wonder why in the hell is this on multiple consoles when Naughty Dog has a pretty good relationship with Sony.
Johnny Lawrence says, "I remember you guys. Aren't you the white guy and the other guy is a guy with a beard?"
That's the guy with a beard? What?
Johnny Lawrence, 1, no, and 2, how many mushrooms did you eat / smoke before you came up? Oh, are they talking about Chemical TV? Okay, Chem may well have had... I can't talk. Chem may very well have had a beard when you saw him. That is definitely possible.
So, yeah, going back onto this, the Xbox One is selling decently, I guess, but it's not selling as well as the PS4 or the Wii U, I think.
Where's the Wii U's numbers?
I don't know. Let me see. I'm pretty sure the Xbox One's actually...
Is it really not selling better than the Wii U? Are you serious?
Let me see.
That's hilarious if that's true. I don't even hate the Xbox One at all. I just think that's really funny if that's true.
Sales report. Go back. Sorry, people, I want to see the sales report.
That can't possibly be true. That can't possibly be true. That's not true. That's impossible.
Shut up.
Remember when Luke said that to Darth Vader when they were fighting in Bespin?
Okay, apparently it sold 18 million compared to Sony, which I know it's selling well.
Kem says Wii U's at 12 million, Xbox One is at 19. That sounds believable.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Kem.
I was going to say, that's a little too much if the Wii U outsold the Xbox.
Yeah. I guess I was wrong.
Wumbo,
I was wrong.
Johnny Lawrence, you are correct. I am Caucasian.
I was so wrong. Hate me, Internet. Hate me so much.
Everyone, boo Wumbo. Boo, boo. No, I'm just kidding. Wumbo, I love you. Wumbo, it's okay. You know that song, Drops of Jupiter? I actually wrote that about you.
You did?
Hmm?
When did it come out?
I don't know. Let me check.
2002. And you were like, what, 4? 5?
In 2002, I was 83.
Sigh. We'll never know his real age.
It was 2001, so I apologize. I was 82. Tell me, did you sail across
the Wii U sold 12 million. Did you make a mistake? I think it sold 12 copies.
Hey, 12 copies of the Wii U.
Hey, I own a Wii U, so...
I was going to say, Wumbo bought one of them.
Yeah.
Wumbo owns 1/12 of the Wii U's in the world. Well, no, not 1/12 of the Wii U's in the world. 1/12 of the Wii U's that were sold.
There we go. Okay, moving on to more Final Fantasy stuff, because I'm sorry, Nostal.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
Final Fantasy...
Nostal's got to be 26 this term, so I have interesting guess.
Huh. Final Fantasy Final Fantasy VIII Remix album. Yeah.
Are they just making all the Final Fantasy songs as dubstep?
I have no... Wait. I was about to say, do you want to listen to them? But then I realized, oh fuck, Content ID. Square would immediately go after me.
I mean, again, unless you're monetizing the content, it doesn't really matter.
Which I'm not, but... So, Successor, Final Fantasy VIII Remixed. Released this week, Successor, Final Fantasy VIII Remix, is a 6-disc multi-era collection that was created more than 150 composers, arrangers, and YouTube personalities. See the full credit list.
Real quick, Evelyn Kit says, "Hey, Nostal, sorry I haven't been here. Super busy." Not a problem, Evelyn.
Sweet Jesus.
You can be here whenever you want to be. And thank you so much for being here.
Look at all those people working on a soundtrack to a game that I haven't really played, but I've heard has gotten a little bit of shit. You know?
I do know.
Because for what I've heard, I haven't played it, but some people love this game, some people hate this game with a burning passion.
Wombo, is your Twitch Wombo223 or iWombo223?
iWombo223.
Samantha, we are looking at twitch.tv/iWombo223 screen at the moment. Also, we're promoting 7 crucial tips for survival in Rise of the Tomb Raider.
7 crucial tips for surviving Rise of the Tomb Raider. But
number 1, don't die.
Yeah, because the deaths are gruesome in that game.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that as the name suggests, the Successor is the second Final Fantasy Remix album from Materia, the first Materia being Final Fantasy VII Remix. Hopefully they'll do I can't speak today. They'll do 9 and 8, or they'll do 9 and 6, 5, and all the other ones. That'll be really cool. I'm glad that a lot of people are working together just to make a remix album. You know?
Yeah. I don't mean this in a positive or negative way, but I honestly have no opinion about this.
I'm sorry. I put this in at the last minute.
No, you're good, man. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. I think Final Fantasy VIII fans, all 4 of them,
no,
this is a very, very good thing for them.
There's more than just for Final Fantasy VIII fans. I'm pretty sure.
Evelyn, don't you worry about it. We love you too. We appreciate that you spent your 5-minute break with us, and have a phenomenal evening.
Bye, Evelyn. And love you too, I guess.
We're also promoting Apollo Media. Alright, well, I'm working, I don't know if you saw this one, but I'm working on becoming the king of shameless self-promotion. So I'm just going to put that there. And people can look at it, or they cannot look at it, and it's totally fine. You know, whatever goes. It's all good. Tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way? About heaven being overrated.
Oh, wait, what?
There's something about heaven being overrated. I always forget what it is right there.
Alright, at the very end, we will look at the lyrics to this and then sing.
Oh, no. Fuck that. We're doing it right now. To see the lights all faded and that heaven is overrated? Question mark.
We will look up the lyrics to this. We are not going to actually have the song go off because I don't want...
I might sing it, though. I might do some karaoke.
Okay, that's fine. Going on to the last news story of the night. Crash Bandicoot reveal mentioned by Director Toy Company. So apparently there was supposed to be toys based off of video game characters, and the guy who was interviewing them mentioned Crash Bandicoot possibly being it. And it was misheard, or something happened saying that Crash Bandicoot toys were supposed to be happening, but nope, not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. As set up here in the update, a representative from NISA told GameStop today that the company is not in fact producing new Crash Bandicoot figures, at least not right now. In its case, the rep said, someone has misunderstood the comic made by that he made. Randy saw a fake fan-made image right before he came to the show and said that the game were coming back. He would love to do figures. Okay. If the games are coming back, he would love to do figures. Okay.
This sounds to me like a tease and then a cover-up, and I still think Crash is coming back.
I don't know. It would be cool to see Crash come back, but I mean, fuck, I even played some of the later games, like Twin Sanity, which is actually a pretty solid game, and some of the racing games, like I forget which one it is, but it's a ripoff of Mario Kart Double Dash.
My dear friend Easy1891 in the chat says, "Oh shit, look at you with the 7 viewers." Easy, I'll have you know that one of my 5 Nights at Freddy's streams had over 60 viewers, so just saying.
Really?
Yeah. Today, Junior.
Okay, you fucking bish.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that Crash will be developed by Naughty Dog, because they're doing Uncharted 4 right now, and then Neil Druckmann's working on The Last of Us movie, and The Last of Us 2 is inevitably going to come out.
Yeah.
So I don't think it will be a Naughty Dog game, but I definitely think we'll see a Crash game in the next 5 years.
Does anybody still own the rights to... Like, who owns the rights to Crash? Activision?
Oh, no, I'm sure Sony does. Let's look it up. Hang on. National Trademark Lookup. Search Trademark Database, USPTO. Alright, I'm looking up Crash Bandicoot.
Alright, I'll let you do it then.
Searching trademarks.
In between that, I will look up in the chat.
Okay.
My name happens to be Ryan. Okay, Storm. I 1, 2, 3. Hey, hottie, MC Stocky. What?
Crash Bandicoot.
What the fuck?
Submit query. Crash Bandicoot is a live trademark
Of Activision?
Hang on.
As far as I'm aware...
Activity books, playing cards, stickers, calendars, and student planners. I'm almost positive this isn't the right thing.
Okay. Sorry, Stormstep. I was talking about Ryan from Apollo Media. Look at that bitch. Extremely feisty tonight. What?
Oh, no shit. It is Activision. You're right.
Yeah, because as far as I'm aware, they were the last people to publish a Crash game.
Oh, that makes sense. I was going to think of that. I was just thinking of where it started, not where it ended. That makes sense.
Crash of the Titans, as far as I'm aware, they made it. And that
Wumbo, I would like to submit a formal apology to you, because I didn't even think of that.
And
You're way smarter than I.
And I accept your... Wait, I'm smarter than you?
You're absolutely smarter than me. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot on the internet. That's what I get paid for.
Do you actually get paid?
How much I get paid is a different story, but yes, I do technically get paid.
Okay.
Tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way?
So overall, with the Crash Bandicoot thing, I would like to see more Crash games and even toys for that sake, so it could be a little bit more popular. Spyro's doing that right now with Skylanders and stuff, so it'd be kind of cool. But for the time being, I don't know. Would be cool to see more Crash games, but I've played some of the originals off of the PlayStation 1. I have a copy of 2 and 3, and they're really cool. I've played 1.
Better yet, put the character in Last of Us 2. What are you afraid of? Have Joel and Ellie find Crash Bandicoot.
And Last of Us 1, there's a Oh, wait, no, that's Dexter. Never mind.
Wumbo, I don't think you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying put a picture of Crash. I'm saying the character is in it.
How would that work?
I want Crash Bandicoot to be the antagonist of The Last of Us 2.
How the fuck would that work?
And it's a whole Halo 5, like, split perspective thing, where, like, half the missions you play as Crash and half the missions you play as Joel and Ellie.
How would that work?
Because Crash is like, hey, you guys became the dominant Naughty Dog franchise, and you left me in the dust, and now I'm going to get revenge. And Joel and Ellie are like, bro, our games are better than yours ever was. And he's like, bro, I'm going to shoot you in the face and get these juju fruits or whatever the hell they're called. Are they called juju fruits? I don't know.
Close enough.
Juju fruits. We're looking it up. There's juju fruits. That's not it. Crash Bandicoot fruit.
Crash Bandicoot.
Wampa fruit. There we go.
Wampa fruit. Crash Bandicoot be the final boss. Fuck yeah. Everyone,
awesome.
Tweet at Naughty Dog saying that Crash Bandicoot should be the final boss of Last of Us 2. Everyone, tweet that to them right now. Please.
What are you afraid of, Neil Druckmann? Put him in there.
Yeah. Do that.
I think it's great. You obviously don't have a better idea for Last of Us 2. Make the main antagonist Crash. I can't talk tonight. And tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way? We're getting
Party is
Skype
messaging
messages.
me. Party
Hey,
out of all people.
Heads up. Are we about to get hacked? Are we about to get a DDoS?
What's happening?
I'm available for streaming literally all week. Thanks, party. We're doing a podcast right now on twitch.tv/nostalgiator. My cat's looking at me. I did not know she was in here. She's yawning.
Well, we're doing a podcast right now, party, so...
Victoria, 620. It has been a while. How are you upon this fine evening? Crash eats Joe and Ellie? Come on, Easy, get it together. Crash eats Joel and Ellie at the beginning of the game. Last us two is secretly a Crash game. Ooh, I like that a lot. I like that a whole lot. And then Jack and Daxter show up in the third act, and it's like, what the hell? This is just Sony All-Stars all over again. Whoops! There we go, Easy. I have your IP installed. No, Storm, don't! My IP is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In hindsight, I probably should have made my IP address something a little harder to guess, but, whatever.
Alright, what did you name the episode for tonight? I'm sorry, I didn't check on Twitch.
I think relationships in gaming.
Okay. Where is it? Oh, there's Game Cap, so, yeah. So, yeah, today we're going to be talking about relationships.
Easy says typos happen, Cockface. No, Easy, it's okay, I love you, don't worry about it. And by the way, Cockface is one of the best things you can be called, so... Victoria says, I'm good, yourself. I'm doing great, Victoria, because you're here.
Cute. So we might as well talk about relationships in gaming, and I pulled out 2 games I can think of on the top of my head, and one of them you chose, which I have no... I've heard of this game from you, but that's about it, so...
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about it.
Alright, so the first one I chose is pretty lighthearted, pretty simple. Have you ever
Crash Bandicoot.
Close, actually. It's Sly Cooper.
Okay, fair enough.
Sly Cooper from, yeah. If anyone's ever played these games, they're sort of a stealth action game, sorta, but for kids. And there's this love subplot where, Sly Cooper, the thief, is kind of likes this cop that keeps following him, who is Carmelita.
Carmelita Fox?
Carmelita Fox. And it's playful, and it's, But,
Stormstep, that is not my IP address. It's not even close.
Why would you put that on there?
I didn't. You just put a random IP out there, and that is not even close to mine.
But there's certain parts in the game, like this one is from Sly 2, where it's a dancing minigame where we have to be in where we have to be in disguise, where we're obviously not in disguise.
I was going to say, you're kind of disguised about as well as Oliver Queen is disguised in Arrow, just saying.
Yeah, because obviously you can't fucking tell that's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, his hair's kind of different, and he's wearing a different suit, but that's about it.
Yes!
Yes!
Well,
Sly is my shit. I agree with you there. Sly is really fucking cool.
If your shit looks like a raccoon, you have problems.
But yeah, this love subplot pretty much followed on to all the games without... I haven't played Thieves in Time, but I'm pretty sure it's there.
So, Ryan Kellstrom of www.apollovideos.com is a very big Sly Cooper fan, and I literally had not heard of the franchise until he told me about it.
I heard it off of the Collabicast, and I was actually excited. Like, what? You're talking about Sly Cooper? What?
How many people actually played these games? Because I literally had not heard of this franchise until a couple of years ago.
Really? I played Sly 2 when it first came out, and Sly 3.
Okay, fair enough.
Sly is terrible at disguises. Yeah, I agree. Except in Sly 3, for some reason, when he actually has legitimate disguises.
Okay, fair enough. No, I know you were just joking, Storm. I was just calling you out on it. Easy says that could literally be any raccoon under that mask install. That's a really good point. Could be Ranger Rick. Could be Rocket Raccoon. I don't know. A lot of people could be. And then Stormstep says, didn't Jack have a thing for Daxter? Probably. I didn't play Jack 3. I didn't play most of Jack 2. So, probably.
But yeah, it's kind of an interesting, but it's also predictable. Love story. But,
right.
This is made for kids, so.
It's a tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme.
Yep. I don't know the rest of the lyrics to that song.
I'm pretty sure it just says Beauty and the Beast, and then they fade to black.
Beauty and the Beast. Cooper, no! And
Yes, brother.
I'm skipping to a later part of the game where she actually helps you in a mission.
Ooh.
Yeah, the cop... And in Sly 3, you can actually play as her in certain points.
Our dear friend Stormstep is taking off for the night. Have a great night, Stormstep, and thank you so much for stopping by.
Bye, Storm. Spread the love.
So, are you a big Sly fan, Wumba?
For the first 3 games, yeah, but I still haven't played Sly 4.
Did she just say flirty shit?
Her?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is the audio fine, by the way? Or do I need to turn something down?
It's completely silent on my end, but I could have sworn in the subtitles it just said flirty shit, and I was like, holy shit, I thought this was a kid's game.
Well, Sly 3 was E10.
Oh, there's no way it was flirty shit then. No way. I refuse to believe it.
E10, 10 and up.
With Lego Star Wars, they were like, shit, we gotta go save the Emperor. That'd be awesome.
But, like, yeah, she helps you in this turret mission, and in Sly 3, you can actually play as her in sort of like a third-person shooter type thing. Okay. Each character has a different type of gameplay, or move in the same way, just play differently. And for Carmelita, you can only play her certain missions, but it's still pretty cool that you can play it as her.
So, bear with me here for a second.
Yes?
The Collabicast you guys know now was not the first Collabicast. We used to do another Collabicast, but that was with shittier equipment. And back then, the people I did it with, we once had a conversation about like video game characters you had a crush on. And both of the guys I was talking with this about both brought up Carmelita Fox. So, that's a thing. So.
You can hear the audio just a little bit. That's why I'm intending, so that's fine.
Fair enough. Okay.
Or Cops and Robbers minigame. Yeah, it seems like this is just a Cops and Robbers thing with a little bit of love put into it. And it's a simple love story, but it's still, there, and...
Well, for an E-rated game, you're not going to get much more than that.
No, but, it's not bad. It's not painfully obvious, or... Oh, well,
sure.
No, it is painfully obvious, but it's not badly written, or anything like that.
It's like Aelita and Jeremy in Code Lyoko.
I haven't seen that show in years, by the way. So.
You've seen that show?
Yes, I have seen that show.
I thought I was the only one.
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
I used to watch a show every day after school.
Best show ever.
Back in,
not the best show
grade.
ever. Halt and Catch Fire is the best show ever. But I think Code Lyoko is probably the second or third best show ever.
But what we're going to see here is actually a part of the ending to Sly 2.
Ooh.
Yes, where we...
Wait, what's the big, angry face in the top right corner? Is that the enemy hill?
Yeah, the big angry face is the main bad guy that we've been fighting. It's Clockwork. And the point of Sly 2 is to get all the Clockwork parts from these bad guys.
Okay.
So,
sounds good.
Yeah. And once we destroy... this is only a part of it. I skipped the final battle, because it has nothing to do with Carmelita at all. But, once, everything's taken down, once the thing is destroyed, he actually has a long conversation with Carmelita. Yes, that's
Clockwork. Do I do a little bit of the...
No.
No? It doesn't matter? Okay. Just making sure.
Oh, wait.
Easy is saying it's very nice how we're bonding.
Well, it is a day of love.
It is a day of love.
It is a day of love.
2 hours and 34 minutes.
Singles Awareness Day,
It is Singles Awareness Day.
Yes.
Real talk for a second. I don't know if I've ever wanted to be in a relationship less than I do right now.
Well, because it's Valentine's Day, and alright. I was actually at the mall today, walking home from, seeing Deadpool, and noticed the amount of couples that were there, and I kind of felt, I kind of feel a little bit lonely right now.
You should date Miles, I'm telling you. You guys have a connection. He would totally say yes. But no, seriously, I am certainly less romantically inclined than most, I think. But there definitely have been portions in my life where I've been like, I should date someone, I should get out there, I should meet people, all that
stuff.
Go
on Tinder.
I should go on Tinder. But, I have never had a moment
Tinder.
in my life... Oh, yeah. Big time. But, no, I have not had a moment in my life where I've wanted to date someone less than I do right now. I have zero desire to have a relationship right now, which I'm not entirely sure why that is. But, it is what it is.
Same. Singles life is good.
Shout out to my boy, Kim.
Yeah. According to Kim. I've never dated anyone, like I've said before, so I don't exactly know how to be in that sort of relationship. I mean, I've certainly felt I think this girl is really cute. I think she has a great personality, and even now, there's this girl I like, but she's dating someone else, so there's kind of a problem.
So, Wombo, I just want to throw this out there.
Which is a question I've asked on your show, by the way.
I have 184 followers. We have 156 subscribers over on www.apollovideos.com. We could make her a declaration of love and send it to her and get a bunch of people to like it and favorite it and all that. We could show her that you really care, and there's a lot of people that want to see you end up with her. So we could get this girl to notice you.
Notice me, senpai.
We could totally do it. I'm just saying, if you want us to try and get this girl's attention,
she's a friend of mine anyway, and we usually hang out, during school and sometimes after school, so...
If you give me her Facebook, her Twitter, her YouTube, if you give me any way to contact this girl, I will take care of literally everything else.
I'll think about it.
I'm just saying, we could make it very obvious that you care about her.
Home-wrecking horde. Yeah, no, I don't want to be a home-wrecker. I don't want to be a home-wrecker.
Here's the thing, Wombo. Is she in high school?
Yeah, we're in the same grade.
Her relationship does not mean anything, and she probably won't be with the guy or girl 2 weeks from now. So... I don't feel all that bad about home-wrecking high school relationships.
I don't...
Because you date, we hold hands.
It seems like she really likes this guy, so I'm not gonna... I don't want to be that guy.
That's what they all say, and then
I don't want
to
be that guy.
Slightly better. You're not being that guy, you're just giving me permission to be that guy. It's two different things. No, I'm just kidding. All I'm saying is I am happy to use the audience we have graciously built with your guys' support here.
I will think about it, okay?
All right, we could shoot videos all across Spokane and make it a cool, like a montage mix sort of thing of, hey, Wombo really likes you. Except I wouldn't use Wombo, I'd use your real name. She'd be like, who the hell's Wombo?
Yeah, she doesn't know my screen. Well, I think she knows... Actually, no, I don't have her on Skype, but... Alright, I'm moving back on to what's going on the fucking screen.
Oh yeah, we're talking about games, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're done with Sly Cooper and such, and obviously by what you saw, you could easily see there's a connection and such. But now I'm showing off a game that I am currently streaming right now. Shameless plug again. Final Fantasy IX. And, turning it down just a little bit, just for the sake of, this is actually off of my stream. Like, it's re-uploaded from YouTube, and I got the video up from here. Yeah. So, this is, Zidane and Garnet, and for the longest time I thought it was pronounced Zidane, but it's Zidane.
Oh, I was watching you play this the other night.
You were?
Yeah. Well, by other night, that's a relative term. This is probably like a week or a week and a half ago. But yeah, I was watching you play.
I didn't notice that you were actually... You should have said something in this chat or something.
I think I said I was busy and I wasn't talking, but I was there. It wasn't this part of the game. You were in like a forest, then you got to a town or something.
I think I was probably in Disc 2 territory.
Something like that. I don't know. But I remember watching you play this.
One of the only Final Fantasies I haven't beaten. Final Fantasy IX isn't as long as, other Final Fantasies, but it's a really good game.
Real quick, here's my thing, Easy. In regards to home wrecking, generally I would agree, don't be a home wrecker. I think that's good sound advice for both parties. That said, if the relationship is susceptible to home wrecking, it maybe isn't that strong in the first place. If someone really likes someone, they're not going to be like, oh wow, this other person flirted with me, I'm going to leave my stable relationship and go be with them. So, I feel like it's a little bit on the person that you're trying to home wreck as well. If they just up and leave their partner, then maybe it wasn't that stable.
Huh.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead. Final Fantasy IX.
Apparently Ace just said moist. Moist.
Hi Ace, how are you?
Ace. But this is a point in the game where the characters have gotten to know each other and things are going off, and Zidane obviously likes this one girl, Garnet, who she's Princess Garnet, by the way.
Okay. Not to be confused with Steven Universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who eventually changes her name to Dagger just to blend in with people, and it's pretty fucking funny.
In Steven Universe?
No, in Final Fantasy IX.
Oh, okay.
Worst birthday... Oh, just recovered from a bad fever. I'm sorry, Ace.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I hope you're feeling better.
Anyway, at this point in the game, Zidane, besides hitting on Garnet, he also hits on other girls. He's like 16, so, he's a teenager. He likes to hit on people and such. But we
16 in an RPG adventure game is basically middle-aged. So.
Depending on the game, but yeah. But he's a kid, basically,
Oh, yeah.
And over the course of the game, they obviously make a connection. This is one of the first signs that this happens in the game that, obviously I recorded. This point, Zidane is looking for Garnet right now. And this is kind of the funny part. No, in here.
Sleepy soldier, huh? I just saw a suspicious character wandering around. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the screen, not what you're saying.
And he beats up the suspicious soldier just to get fucking gear to walk through there. And eventually you'll see a CG cutscene and such. And obviously, a connection builds over time. And even towards
Oh my god, he's straight up killing this soldier.
No, he knocked him out.
He stole his armor. This is theft. This game promotes theft. We need to get it removed.
He's the thief of the party.
Censorship. We need to destroy this game.
Shut up.
We need to destroy all copies of this game. I'm just kidding.
No, Shaq Fu needs to be destroyed.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Shut the fuck up. I'm 24 and I feel like 68. Okay, easy.
Like 68. 8675309. Sorry. Cam put that a long time ago and I forgot to sing it.
Who does that song?
I have no idea. 8675309 probably, because that's the only thing of theirs I remember. 867.
Made from the famous band Radiohead. What?
8675. Tommy Two-Tone. Tommy Two-Tone? Chu-Cheng. I don't know. Not sure if it's.
But yeah, it's of course by portions of the game they split up and. There's a part of the game where Garnet feels like she starts hating on Zidane because he treated her like a child. In some ways he did. Obviously he was just flirting with her, in some ways. But in other ways it seems like a love-hate relationship.
Oh, shit.
Not a love-hate, but like, I hate you so much that I love you.
So I just got a notification.
At first, but then, they eventually do fall in love with each other at the very end of the game.
Is this like a love story? Or not so much?
Kinda, but it's not really... I'm not gonna say it's not fleshed out, but, it's not fully focused on.
Okay, so it's subtext. It's there if you want it. You don't have to focus on it.
Well, I mean, there are cutscenes on it, and at the end of the game, certainly, but... To make it a happy ending, but...
So I just got a notification. Yeah. And the random person on Facebook, I said, I don't, but Apollo Videos would like a shout-out, gave us a shout-out.
Awesome.
So, yeah, that's cool. Anyway, I apologize.
I'm just going to keep reading the chat. 14, I feel like 0.3 months old. Okay, Ace. Shut the fuck up.
0.3 months is a third of a month. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's a third of a month. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So that's like 10 days.
A third of a month. No, 0. Oh yeah, that is. I'm an idiot. Yeah, it is.
No, I did the exact same thing.
I'm sorry.
Converting fractions to days. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Not shut the fuck up, you noob.
Capture the flag.
What?
And the U is urethra. Capture the flag urethra. I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to say, Ace.
Congrats, you're getting a S/O. What?
Shut up.
I don't speak text talk.
It was just funny that I reached out to a random person where this was clearly not welcome, and she was like, okay, cool, I'll definitely give you a shout-out to my 900 Facebook friends. Sounds good.
That's really cool.
I was like, why is this the life I live? I am the annoying guy that has... I only use Facebook to promote the stuff I do. That is the only reason I use Facebook. So, whatever. But.
What was I going to say? Some Twitch streams, on the rules, on the very bottom, they say, oh, you can't promote your stuff, that's kind of rude.
Right.
Yeah, which makes sense, but...
I mean, I understand it, but, I've always tried to build my communities on the fact that I appreciate your stuff just as much as I appreciate my stuff. So,
Yeah.
So.
And this is 8675309.
So who's this Dagger kid?
Dagger, that's Garnet. Just she wanted to call herself Dagger at this point in the game because she wants to blend in with the ordinary people folk.
Oh, interesting.
And so, she thought, oh, why don't I name myself Dagger? Because there's a point in the game where she's holding a dagger.
That makes sense.
And she's trying to hide from her mom and such, but then later in the game she wants to go back to Alexandria, the place where the game starts out and where she's at. So...
Also the place where The Walking Dead is currently taking place.
By the way, Nost or Wumbo, is Party here? No. Just no.
Party is unfortunately no longer with us, but she's here in spirit, and her memory will live on through these podcasts.
Yeah.
But no, she's not here.
Speaking of... Actually, she just said it. Statement number 2, what?
Party's talking to us on the Skypes from beyond the grave.
Beyond the grave. You should totally show Apollo a friend video. Okay. Wow, look, written permission. Okay.
I'm proud to be an American, where at least
Twitch
I
ain't got
know.
nothing on me. Party, are you watching this right now? Because I can't check the viewers list right now. All right, we're heading towards your game. Okay, now I actually see the viewers list. Party's not here.
That's okay.
Okay.
So,
what is this game?
Here's my thing. First of all, I want to give a couple of shout-outs.
Well, first off, yeah.
First shout-out is spoilers for The Last of Us Left Behind DLC. So mute me now or whatever. Ellie and Riley from The Last of Us Left Behind DLC. Some debate as to whether or not they were actually in love, but we got an on-screen kiss, and I definitely felt like there was a connection there. So that's definitely one of my favorite relationships in gaming. I didn't have a way to capture that, and I haven't played it myself, though I watched... Well, actually, no, that's not true, I have. But I don't own a PlayStation, so I felt like I didn't really have enough credence to speak to it. Another shout-out goes to Sam and Lonnie in Gone Home, which is one of my favorite games of all time. But I couldn't think of a way to record that game that would make sense to showcase that relationship on the stream. So I didn't pick either of those games. The game I picked is called Dear Esther. It was made by the Chinese Room, and it was originally built as a Half-Life 2 mod. And it was given so much support and love from the fan base that it was made into a full-fledged game.
All the stalactites and stuff. Like, look at this shit.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous game. In fact, this is, for whatever reason, I think I need to update my motherboard drivers or something, but the recording didn't turn out very well. This is 480p at 20 frames per second. And this is beautiful. Super beautiful game. It's only about an hour long, but essentially, you're a man that has lost his wife. She was lost at sea on this deserted island out in God knows middle of nowhere. And you have to go find your wife. And the entirety of the story of the game is told in voiceover narration from the guy you're playing as. And it's almost written as poetry, really. It's very, very interpretive. You get different commentary when you play through different times, a little bit, depending on like the routes you take and stuff.
Really?
So it's almost kind of left open to interpretation exactly what happened. But it's essentially this love letter this guy is writing to his wife that's lost on this island. And he's reading parts of the letter as you explore and see different things on the island.
Okay.
It's really, really cool. I don't know if anyone actually understands it, if that makes any sense, because it's very, very...
It's all up in their interpretation, really.
Exactly. But it's super beautiful, and I promise by the time you finish it, you will think about it. You may not understand it, but it'll stick with you for a while. Yeah, so there's 4 fairly short levels of this game. This is number 3. I didn't want to spoil the beginning or ending, so I picked something right in the middle.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but so you never actually see the wife. You never...
I beg to differ. Easy just said the spoilers. Spoiler, the game ends, you find that she ran off with some guy that she met.
I mean, again, open to interpretation. I don't remember if that's exactly what happens, but you never actually physically see the wife in the game. But the entire game could essentially be described as a exploration game with a love letter as sort of the voiceover. So it's kind of him reading the letters he wrote to her on some deserted island, and obviously he couldn't actually get them to her, so he has assumedly just burnt them or set them out to sea or whatever. But it's really tragic and sad.
Is he just looking for her on the island, or why is he in this cave right now?
So he showed up on the beach of this island, and he's like, for whatever reason, she would be at the lighthouse, or the radio tower, or whatever it is, on this island, so I need to go there. And this cave is one of the places he had to go through to get to there.
Okay. It looks fucking beautiful. Oh, down the waterfall we go. Oh, and that's how you break your legs.
Oh my god, this game is like, it's so gorgeous. Even if you had it on mute, and you were just playing it to look at it, just like on a... I was playing this earlier today, 27-inch monitor, full 1080p, graphics at max, and it was so beautiful.
In a sense, that's what I'm doing right now, because I can't really hear the audio because we're talking over it, but dear God.
Right. It's gorgeous. And, like, for the rendering and everything, I had to downscale this to 480p, and I wasn't getting the frame rate I wanted in the recording.
I noticed, because this video, if you have, is in 480p, usually it's in 1080, and then it's transferred to 480, so...
Yeah, and it's chopping a little bit. I mean, it wasn't recorded in 480p. I recorded it in 1080 and then downscaled it. But it's just a gorgeous game. It's just absolutely beautiful. It was made in the Source engine, so, Portal and Half-Life and all those things. It was built in the same engine as that. But, yeah, it's super cool. I don't really have much else to say, but it's really just like this long piece of poetry. I guarantee you will remember it, if nothing else. I guarantee you should definitely play it for yourself, and it's open to interpretation. So what actually happens is kind of up to you.
Is this only on Windows?
That's an excellent question.
I close off my Steam whenever I'm streaming, so.
Oh, you're good, man. Hang on just 1 second. Tell me, did you sail across the sun?
Did you break up into the Milky Way?
Oh my god, that was cool. It is on Windows, it is also on Mac, and it is $10.
Hooray! Oh, $10 for an hour-long game.
Yeah.
Oh.
But for me, Gone Home is 2 hours and it's $20, and I would have gladly paid $60 for it. For me, it's not about length, it's about, does it stick with you? Did you enjoy the experience?
Okay. Unlike, fucking... Have you guys ever heard of, obviously you've heard of Funhouse, right?
Oh, yeah.
They used to have a show, and I'm not sure if they're still going to do it or not, because one of the people who do the show has left the show. It's called $1 1 Hour, and they usually record about an hour of footage playing multiple different games, and each game, is represented by an hour, And Spool, the guy who left, tries to make his money back, while in reality he's losing money, a lot of money.
That's sad. But yeah, I mean, fun fact, this game, I totally didn't even know this was not planned, but this came out 4 years ago today.
Really?
So, yeah.
4 years ago today?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But, yeah, it's a super cool game. It definitely makes my top 10. I recommend you play it. It's about an hour long. You can finish it in an evening. Just shut off the lights, put it on your monitor, put on the big old headphones, shut off your Skype, shut off your phone, and just get lost in it. It's really, really fun.
Here's a question, and I know we're probably going to talk about this again as another topic for games that are derived based on story, but what do you think about games that have little interactivity but have a great story behind it?
I'm all for them. I don't think every game needs to be, Civilization 5.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's like, I understand it's not a game, it's a walking simulator or whatever, and you're basically just holding down W while it's telling you its story or whatever. Frankly, I have no problem with that. Some of my favorite games I've ever played are, quote-unquote walking simulators. So I have nothing against it. I understand the argument, but at the end of the day, I don't see a game as, it has to have quote-unquote mechanics, or, you have to have guns, you have to have items. For it to be a game, there has to be all these elements to it. I don't buy that.
Because everyone knows that Life is Strange would be much better if they had guns. Holy shit, this looks beautiful.
It's a fucking gorgeous game.
Dear God.
Yeah. But, I don't really agree with that argument. I think let people make the game they want it to make. It's like the argument, is this art? Well, did they make it? And yeah, it's art to somebody, It's like, it's not in our place to decide what is and isn't art.
Yeah.
It's like, if I record something and I think it's a song, then it's a song. Now, whether or not it's a good song remains to be seen. But you don't really have a right to tell me something isn't music, or isn't poetry, or whatever,
Ace is making an argument by saying it might as well be a movie. I think it hits more with you because you're playing the game. You're making if it's a game that's making decisions, like for example, The Walking Dead, it hits you more. Hits you more closer to home because you're making the decisions. You're going through this stuff. You're going through which other the corridor or for this game's sake, different type of route for different types of story given to you.
Glad you brought that up because Walking Dead, and I'm even going to throw The Last of Us into the same camp. In my opinion, 2 of the greatest games ever made, out of any generation. And I would not describe either of those as fun. I don't think I had fun playing those games. I was so entrenched in the world, and they're literally, if you're getting emotionally invested in the story and the characters, they are painful to play. That game breaks your heart and tears it into a million pieces 1,000 different ways. And there's nothing fun about that, but it's so powerful and it's so impacting. It sticks with you way longer than, Call of Duty ever will. And that's not saying one is better than the other. But You know, it's just those games impact me in ways that shooters and adventure games just didn't. And that's not to say all shooters and adventure games, you know. I love Knights of the Old Republic, and that has, you know, the story's there. I think it's a good story, but you have to be a Star Wars fan.
You love Metal Gear in that game in the series, or Metal Gear Solid 5, and that game in the series doesn't really have that much story, but a lot of gameplay.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, I'm not saying these are better games as a result of that. I don't think this should be a debate of which one's better. But to say it's not a game, I feel like is unfair. It has controls. You are moving through an environment. It's an environment that, by the way, people took years of their lives to build, and goddamn does Dear Esther look beautiful.
This part looks very strange. Like,
it is, and it's super, like, you fell into water, and what there's cause underneath, you're actually hallucinating. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I figured so.
But, like, I'm kind of done with, and Ace, you're totally entitled to your opinion. I don't want to make you feel bad when I say this. But I kind of am just done with the argument of, oh, it's not a game, you know, the Vanishing of Ethan Carter, everyone's gone to the Rapture, they're not games, you're just walking and finding things out. Well, no, people made these, they are games, you know?
And sometimes you get hit on a personal level, like, is it called the Dragon Cancer? Am I correct with that?
Yeah, which I haven't played, but,
I've certainly heard about that game.
Yeah, I've heard really, really good things. So I feel like if someone put time into it, and, you know, you as a person can play it in any meaning of the word, it is a game, you know.
Again, this is how you break your legs, part 2.
Very much, yeah. But yeah, I love this game. I didn't show the ending, so there's still one chapter after this one, so I didn't try to spoil anything.
Which is good.
But, yeah, and again, even because they might as well not be able to hear the game right now because we're talking over it and everything.
Yeah.
But I would highly recommend you play it for yourself because the ending, while interpretive, it will take your breath away, and I never had like a WTF moment in a game like I did with the ending of this one. So.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, we're about to wrap it up with like 30 seconds left of footage, so.
Buy the game. It's on Steam. $9.99. You'll love it. You'll remember it. And, again, I don't know if I describe it as a quote-unquote fun game, and I feel like that's...
Not every game. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the gameplay. If it's a game, yeah. If it's a game that's directed by gameplay, and if it's not fun, then there's a problem. If it's a game that's directed by story, then and if it's not exactly fun, maybe it's the subject matter of the story, you know?
And yeah, at the end of the day, don't decide a game is or isn't good based on the subject matter. Just play it. Go play it and decide for yourself. And if you hate it, you're entitled to hate it because you gave it a shot. But I'll never say I hate a game before I've played it. And you know, not to be on my high horse or whatever, but I'd recommend people do the same because you never know. You may have a very strong attachment to a game you thought you wouldn't have liked.
Nostal, why don't I come to your house and bring a copy of Superman 64?
I mean, I've never played Superman 64. I know people hate it, but
which, by the way, if we ever do an episode on worst games ever, shut up.
Dead Space is the worst game ever made.
Okay.
I'll fight anyone who says differently.
Entitled to our own opinions. That game isn't that bad.
If you think I'm wrong, then you're wrong. Dead Space is literally the worst game I've ever played.
Okay, again. But if we ever do like a worst games ever, I will certainly talk about Superman 64. Oh god, I will talk about Superman 64.
And I will talk ad nauseum about Dead Space. Give me 2 seconds. I need to let my cat out of my room. She's doing a whole lot of the meowing.
Kitty cat. Cats. I'm a kitty cat. Stunts. Hello, people in the chat. Reading everyone. Link. Yeah. Links are sort of allowed now for the time being. He's not going to read them at all. I'm sort of on the case of reading links. Obviously, that's from him, so it's completely fine. But
you can post links. I will not read them. I'm not going to ban you for doing it. People that see links in the chat, if it's not from me, take it with a grain of salt. I can't guarantee your safety. I will never post a link in the chat that will harm you. If someone else does, feel free to click on it, but I'm not responsible for anything that may happen. So.
Superman 64 and E.T. Bro Smush.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
I've never played E.T., but for what I've heard, it's actually not that bad. For Atari game standards. I mean, it's glitchy, but I need to play it to find out, you know.
Sure, I hear you.
Alright. I think the commercial I chose tonight was an Atari game, so...
Ooh.
Yeah, Atari game. It's a minute-long commercial, too.
1 minute long?
Yeah, a whole
That's
minute.
30 seconds longer than they usually are.
30 seconds longer than... Yeah. Let's see, I gotta do that, and then I gotta do... That's Pee Wee Herman saying...
Pee Wee Herman is my role model.
Okay, now... Let's see if this works. That helps. Okay. But this is a commercial for Centipede for the Atari 2600 and 5600. Or 5600. 5200.
Yes!
If, you know... I recently got... Kept saying this, but I recently got a, What the crap? What happened to my... That is weird.
What the crap?
Let me just... There we
Did the
go.
aliens
That is much better.
Did the aliens find you?
Wumbo is a sped low, and a bish. Lol.
How's a sped?
What is a sped?
We don't speak in these young kidder text hubs.
He's older than me, so I don't fucking know.
We're looking up what a sped is, guys.
Right. Urban Dictionary, right now. Urban
Dictionary, sped, one who attends special education classes.
Oh, that's mean.
Some of the coolest kids I ever knew were in special ed, so you can go fuck yourself. Just kidding, Easy, I love you. Please don't come.
Alright, I'm
ready to play this commercial whenever you are.
Alright, playing the commercial in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at that.
Why did they put like a light gray filter over it?
The fucking hand just pops up out of nowhere.
That's horrifying. Oh my god. I'm never going to go near a TV again.
Run! The centipedes are coming.
Centipedes. Oh man, it wasn't that long ago that I watched the Human Centipede film, so this kind of
Oh god.
Yeah. Oh man, this is horrifying. Ooh,
Wake up and you see a centipede right next to you.
Oh, I really don't. Oh my god. Oh man.
This is so fucking cheesy.
This is horrifying.
Look at that amazing costume.
Again, why did they put a light gray filter on the whole thing?
I don't know, because...
From Atari, it could change your life. Exterminator!
Did anyone, after seeing that commercial, say, huh, I should really go get an Atari?
I don't know.
I should probably go get eaten by a centipede, like these fine young gentlemen in this commercial.
I don't fucking know.
Very strange.
Very strange indeed. Extremely.
Well, I need to go rethink my life.
Like I said, I recently got a Atari 7800. Just unfortunately, I don't have a power cord.
I'm sure you can get that on like Amazon or eBay. Or something.
I was looking up on Amazon. It's cheaper than it is on eBay. It's $25. So yeah.
Ace says, "I'm out. I ain't watching the damn commercial." Ace, we are glad you're here. Thank you so much.
Well, yeah, it was pretty cool seeing you, Ace. You know.
Yes.
Yes. Although I was sort of thinking, I don't think I could get flagged for videos, right? Or for those videos, right? Because they're already replayed on YouTube and such, right? I mean, so far I've been pretty good.
Right. I don't know as much about Twitch copyright as I do about YouTube copyright. In theory, whenever you post content that isn't yours, the actual owner of the content could hunt you down and try and press charges.
Because everyone cares about the Game Makes Sense podcast.
Oh, yeah. Every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on twitch.tv/nostalgia. The question becomes, one, are they actually going to care enough? And two, will it actually hold up in a court? Because fair use is becoming a thing that it was not 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So the chances of us getting sued and losing a lawsuit are minimal. But theoretically, someone could come track us down. So.
Could, but like the only like copyright we've ran into so far, like I said before, is the theme song for Uncharted.
Right, and that's on YouTube as well. And YouTube has very different copyright. Well, not very different, but it has a very different copyright system.
Remember, Google at one point owned fucking Twitch and destroyed everything.
Crazy.
And then Amazon bought it, and things are fine.
Yeah, I do think it also makes a difference that we don't make money off of these Twitch streams.
Yeah.
So that also has something to do with it.
Twitch is making money off of us anyway. I mean, some of our viewers probably ran into some ads before, seeing this anyway. Sure. And that's not ours, that's Twitch doing that.
And by the way, everyone shits on ads. That is how content creators make their money. Do them a favor, watch the ad. Take these 30 seconds out of your life.
Ad block.
Okay.
Ad block. Ad block.
Don't use it. People like me lose a lot of money when you use ad block.
Yeah,
don't do it, please.
I don't actually have ad block on my computer, so you're fine.
Yeah, it's like, I understand from a consumer standpoint that ads are annoying, but just remember, every time you're using ad block or purposefully avoiding ads, people that are working very hard to put their content out there are losing money because of you. So do them a favor, by appreciating their content, watch the fucking ad. Take 30 seconds. It's not that bad.
Millions of people who shit on the Fine Bros for your back, bro.
For fair use.
Who got your back, bro? For fair use and shit. And the Fine Bros ask permission, or at the very least ask permission for doing that in the first place, and they could do that, But then they take down videos of people reacting to their stuff.
Frankly, I was much more mad that I was going to have to play Dead Space 2 than I was about the fact that I couldn't use reacts in any of my videos.
But they weren't. Going a little bit deeper into this, I'm probably going to correct myself now. This was on episode 5, in case you're wondering, when we were talking about this gaming, etc. podcast. But react, what they meant by that is not the word react, but the how they do reactions to it.
Right,
their style of react.
Series reacts, and
But it seemed like they didn't explain it as well as they thought, but as well as...
Yeah, like, the actual thing they were doing was reasonable. It was that they didn't explain it well enough, and it totally got out of the hand, and by the time they tried to explain what was actually going on, people didn't want to hear it, because they already had the idea of what they thought it was, and by then it was, all downhill.
Yeah. Okay, we got a new viewer here. We have a new viewer here. Parkinson's 35.
Hi, Parkinson 35.
Hi, Parkinson.
I think I've seen you before. I think... Hang on, let me check. I'm doing my forensic analysis.
Forensic analysis.
Beep, 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 boop. Boop, beep.
Oh my god, Wombo, you make me want to rip my hair out. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm a little bit...
Parkinson's been following me for quite some time. I could have sworn I recognized you. How are you, Parkinson?
I'm sorry, Easy, that I'm fucking dyslexic and shit.
Are you dyslexic?
Even though I'm not... Sometimes I feel like I am, but I'm pretty sure I'm not.
I was going to say, I didn't know you were dyslexic if you were, but interesting.
I'm not. As far as I'm aware, I'm not. But sometimes... I don't fucking know.
Fair enough.
Plus, I don't usually read out loud anyway, so I'm more used to reading in my mind.
Okay. All right, Wombo, you got anything you want to say before we close this guy out?
Nope. I've certainly had a nice time.
Dude, I have too. We've been doing this for 7 weeks.
7 weeks, I know.
It's almost 8 weeks.
Lol, that you read perfectly, though.
Perfectly, I believe it's pronounced.
Perfectly.
I'm not sure. I just said that. I'm not really sure. I don't think about most of the things I say. I think about some of the things I say. I'd say probably 20% of what I say I actually think about.
Like, can I say something racist here? No. I mean, we're in a room full of insert colored skin people here. And people died.
One boy still there, buddy?
Yeah, we died.
No!
I'm reconnecting with the stream.
Tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you make it to the Milky Way?
We're streaming again, just like for some reason it says I'm offline.
Yes, brother. Okay, I'm gonna tell them to refresh.
I'm sorry, guys. Fucking.
Wombo, they forgive you.
It dies out whenever it chooses to. I can't control it.
I speak on behalf of the people when I say we forgive you.
We've only cut out twice anyway, so it's not that bad. And plus, I could just
That is
edit.
not that bad at all.
No. We've been having, like the last stream, we only cut out once, as far as I'm aware. I think. And the other time, I don't know.
Well, and you're still recording, right? So it doesn't actually affect
it doesn't exactly matter unless
Right.
have to cut out some certain parts. That's about it.
Sure.
Anyway,
All right, well, good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. We should end it off right now.
Hey guys, we're back. By the way, we're leaving.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, it was fun. We've been going 7 weeks.
7 whole weeks.
That's a lot of weeks. That's 49 whole days.
Yeah, even though there was a point where we kind of stopped for a little while.
I think we had a 2-week break. I want to say
we did.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, let me check the viewer list right here, so I can just give a big old beautiful thank you to all you lovely people in the chat here, and to our fallen heroes who aren't here anymore, but were with us in spirit nonetheless. The viewer list is currently unavailable. I'm refreshing.
Ace was here, but not anymore. Thank you, thank you, Nostalternator.
You're welcome, Wumbo.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Easy. Thank you, Wumbo, which is me. Thank you, Mantha, and thank you, Parkinson, for popping in at the very last minute. Thank you, Ace, for also coming in and then leaving.
Yes, thank you to our dear friends. Victoria Storm was also here. We said Mantha, right?
Yeah, we said Mantha.
Okay. There was someone else we're forgetting. Hang on.
Party was mentioned.
Party was mentioned. Thanks always to Party. None of anything would be possible without Party.
I'm checking the Twitch chat, too, just to be sure.
There was someone else we forgot.
No, I think we got everyone. Stormstep, Victoria, Easy.
They were here. Their name was in blue. I know who. It's not Victoria.
Oh, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny. Thanks to Johnny for being here.
The very weird, creepy guy.
I want to be the very best, but no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause.
Cry's Nights here. Cries a lot. If you guys want to see this video uploaded on YouTube, if you missed anything else, it's going to be re-uploaded on my YouTube channel, iWumbo223, and also we do an after show now. We do a usually 10 or 15 minute after show. So it's going to be called Gaming Etc. After Dark. So,
which I love. But
yeah, he made up the name. So thank you.
The link to Wumbo's YouTube is currently in the chat. It is 100% safe to click on. And if you're not subscribed to him, do it. Because he's cool and he likes you. What more reason do you need?
I'm Wumbo and I love all kids.
All the children.
That's a reference to Cool Cat Saves the Kids, by the way. A fucking wonderful movie.
Cool cats don't look at explosions. I don't know if you knew that.
Wumbo remembers... remember Wumbo is a bish. Shut up.
It's as if it was only yesterday that Wumbo wasn't a bish.
Yeah. Dies?
No, don't die!
Don't die, me child.
Don't die, Mantha, no! Alright.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Shall we end it here, my dear Wumbo?
Yeah. If you guys want to see anything else from me and Nostal, follow us on Twitter, go on Apollo Media and watch Nostal stuff.
www.apollovideos.com. We upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Follow me at Nostalgia Center on Twitter. Follow at Apollo New Media on the Twitters. Check out Apollo Media on SoundCloud and iTunes and Bandcamp soon. SoundCloud and iTunes are up. Bandcamp is not yet. We're still working on it, but, Anyway.
Well, that's about it. Once again, After Dark will be uploaded after this will, be uploaded. After this episode will be uploaded. So, yeah. So, ending off right here. Thank you, wonderful people, for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.
Bye, guys. Love you. Take care.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.